So I want to give you guys a framework to help you make sense of how to identify how to spend your time the most effectively. And it's a model that I've been using for several years now. And what I do is I basically categorize the things that I have to do in terms of important things and most important things. Now, those are two big categories. Everything else outside of that is kind of an extraneous thing. They could be wasted things that waste your time, kind of what I call time busters. To just kind of secondary and tertiary things that don't really need to get done. So I usually look at most things in terms of important things and most important things. And here's how you delineate the difference in those two things. Important things are going to be those things that are your responsibilities. So it could be things like paying certain bills that you got to get done, running certain errands that need to be done, appointments that are just things you have to do. These are important things that need to get done. It could be certain chores around the house that you got to accomplish, projects that you got to finish, those kinds of things. Your most important things are those things which align with what you value most. That's very important to understand. In other words, if you value things like your health, maybe your marriage or your relationships that you're in, financial security, your spiritual life, friendships, these are things that you really prize as the highest values of your life, then you're going to want to make sure that there's a set of activities that align with those things that you value the most, and those activities will be your most important things. So as you're scheduling your day and your week and your month, and even farther than that, you want to make sure that you have enough activities scheduled that are in alignment with your most important things in your life, so that you make sure that you're investing in those things and that those things aren't suffering or being sacrificed because of the time you're spending up here. So this is a really important distinction. These are just your basic responsibilities that you have to get done every day. There's 4, 5, 6 things that are just my core responsibilities that I just have to get done. But these things align with the core values in my life that I believe in the most. And so I'm going to make sure that I spend my time during the day and during the week investing the amount of time I need to invest in those most important things in my life. You can also use this same distinction just at work. If you go to work every day, there's certain things that are important things, and there's certain things that are the most important things. And those are those things that are going to align with what your biggest, most important outcomes are that you need to achieve at work. So kind of play around with this a little bit. Think about those things every day and ask yourself, what were the important things today? What were the most important things today? And then identify how well did you do yesterday or today in terms of how well you spent your time in those two areas. You never want to sacrifice most important things with the time you're spending on important things. That's really, really important. This is where regrets in the long term come up. This is where people look back and say, I wish I could do that over again. Never, ever sacrifice the most important things for the time you spend doing important things. If you can do that, I promise you it'll be a life that you will never regret, and you will actually feel a lot more fulfillment.